On the Dizzy Dots hat, the crown decreases are done with 1-row stripes. And 1-row stripes are really, I think, really fun, but they require us to do a little trick. And let me explain why. When you're knitting in the round, we're actually knitting in a spiral. So our beginning of the round is going to be lower than the end of the round. And if we don't do anything to straighten that up, our stripes are not going to come together. We're going to have one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. So in the Dizzy Dots pattern, I've written in instructions, and I call these the nearly jog-less stripes because they're not exactly perfect, but they're pretty close. And it's a pretty simple technique. I just want to show you this little technique. As I said, I've written in the instructions, and they're pretty self-explanatory, but some of us are visual learners and we like to see how it's done. So I'm going to do that really quickly here for you. Let me just go over my yarns. So I have 2 very contrasting yarns. This in the pattern is color A, the gold color, and this magenta color is color B. So you can see that my round that I'm working on now is actually color B, magenta. So I've got my working yarn here, and I am down to 1 final stitch. Actually, this stitch should be over here. I'm coming around. I've got 1 more stitch to knit. But I want to work this little technique to make my stripes line up. Here's what I do. I start with sliding that stitch over to the right hand needle. Then I'm going to take this marker out and I'm just going to place it over here on my stand so I can see it and come back to it. Then what I need to do is I'm going to come down here. Here's my actual first stitch of the round, but I'm going to use this little V of the round below, and I'm going to lift that right leg up. I'm just going to lift it up. I inserted my needle from the back to the front, and I'm going to lift it up and I'm going to place it on my left needle. Let me show you that again. This is that little leg that's down here. There's 2 legs of that stitch. I'm going to take the right hand one, insert my needle back to front, and lift it up onto the left needle. So it's just waiting there. Then I'm going to take my last stitch and move it back over so it is in position to be knit. And remember, I'm coming around on my color B, so I need to use that working yarn. And I'm just going to knit that lifted loop together with the last stitch. Just knit them together. And then I'll put my stitch marker back because now I've completed that round. And what that has done, it has built up that first stitch, built it up to the level of the last stitch that's coming around. Now in this pattern, my first stitch on the color A is actually knit 2 together. So to secure my stitch marker in there, I just knit 2 together. And it is as simple as that. In the directions, as I said, there's a step-by-step written process. Tells you exactly how to do it. It's very simple. All right, I hope you enjoy the Dizzy Dots pattern. Bye.